Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we're going to talk about my July reading plans. Now, if you didn't know, it is Cancer season, so shout out to my fellow Cancers, gang gang. This is my favorite month of the year. It is my birthday month, and so I feel like I want to be peaceful, restored, relaxed, and by doing so, I'm going to take 8 days off of work this month. That means I'm not going to do my day job, but I'm going to clock in and I'm going to read these books for you. And I'm going to film some content. So be on the lookout. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so now and come back and check me out this month to see what I have in store. Now, it's already the 5th of July, and what that means is I've already knocked down 2 books off of my TBR. So I hope that just means good things are coming. But let's talk about the 2 books that I've read. I'm not going to go in complete depth. I'm going to give you a synopsis, and then I'll jump into what I have left to read for the month. So, the first book out of the 2 that I have read, the first one being Charity Shanae's Love's Deep Cover. This one is a little bit of a romantic suspense in the fact that our FMC is undercover. She is a trainee for the FBI, and she has taken on this persona to be able to capture this guy, and she's like, okay, well, make him fall in love with me. But the joke's on her because she really starts to develop feelings for him, and now she has to figure out whether or not she is going to put him behind bars or her heart is going to be locked up. And let me just tell you, that kind of kickstarted me on this romance where you've got either someone that's undercover, private investigator. So I've got a couple of more books that are going to be on my TBR for this month that has that, but it all started with Charity Shanae's Love Deep Cover. Now, I figured, okay, well, that is something that it has a little bit of wholesome aspects. It has, do the right thing, but at the wrong time, like what's going on. But I fully wanted to jump into something that was like, this is completely wrong. There's no redeeming qualities in this, but it is entertaining. And so I knew I needed to get back with my girl, Nicole Jackson. And so I read Stepped. Now, don't judge. We listen and we don't judge, as the girls say. This one is a step-sibling romance, and it is new adult. Now, when I went into this, I should have known that the characters were going to be young and dumb. I should have known, they were going to be 18, they were going to be young, because they still living in the house with their parents, because otherwise, them being step-siblings wouldn't really matter as much. And so please go in knowing, 1, Nicole Jackson is toxic. She is so messy when it comes to her romances, and the love is not really love. It's just like, we boning, and we gonna choose to stick it through and be together. This type of recommendation is not a recommendation for me at all. I had such an entertaining time. Would I recommend it for you all if you're looking for love? If you're looking for something that will stand the test of time? No. If you're looking for something that's going to make you keep flipping them pages, that's going to make you question whether or not you like it or not, check out Stepped. One arc this month by Tanvier Pert is going to be Big Trouble in Little Mafia. I am very much in a mafia romance season, and this one is giving great summer vibes. It is so cute. Y'all know Tanvier Pert is just like comedic gold. If I want a good laugh, I'm looking to her. I'm seeing what she has in the catalog, and I'm going to pick it up, because this woman here, she need to be a stand-up comedian. And I have a feeling that the FMC is going to stumble her way into the mafia while she's out of the country, and she's not going to see her way back. She's going to be stuck there, and she's going to love it. And I'm also currently reading something that's a little bit similar, which is Sinful Serenity by Mary C. Kim. This is her newest release, and the internet is abuzz with this, and I see why, for good reason. I'm over 20% and I haven't unlocked myself from the shackles of that book yet. Like, I only stepped away so I could film this video and that I could tell you all, if you have not heard of Mary C. Kim, I think she may be the one to watch out for, because in this book in particular, it is rival families, very much giving Romeo and Juliet type of vibes, where they are in the mafia. Their families hate each other so much so that they took out each other's bloodline, and they're the only two that are remaining, and they have to go into this arranged marriage to be able to satisfy the other mafia family, is that like it'll cease the blood feud. Now, as I told y'all earlier on, I am planning to get into a little bit of more of like PI and investigation romances. So I've got 2 books, one that I have started as of today, and y'all know that this was on one of my most anticipated for the year, and it wasn't until I heard this author talk more about it that I was like, oh yeah, it's going on a list. That is going to be The Missed Connection by Tia Williams. Y'all know Miss Tia Williams, anything she put out, I'm going to read. Anything she sets her mind to, I'm going to purchase. Because this one, I was like, when I first seen it, I was like, the cover's not giving what I wanted to do. The storyline is sounding like meh. But listening to her talk about it and her just speak in general, one, the lady is so funny. Like, she is laugh out loud funny, and I don't know if it necessarily comes through in her books, but it comes out when you see her. And I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna let you see her talking about this book. Just know, is a woman who is kind of been a recluse. She is put herself in a situation where she doesn't leave the home. She is very anxious, and however, she's decided that she wants to get back out into the world. Something happened to her a few years ago, and for good reason, she started to kind of fold within herself, and she has started to experience a little bit of depression. Her therapist tells her, hey, we not doing that no more. You need to grab life by the you-know-what and get out there and do it. And so she's like, okay, I'm going to apply for a job. She so happens to get the job, and now she has to go out on a scouting mission. And she's like, okay, I need to go overseas. I'm going to do this shoot, and I'm going to like reclaim my life. Now, when she does that, she gets on the plane and she is nervous. So she just happens to buy a first class ticket, and she's like, I just need something to calm my nerves. Now, this man happens to be seated next to her somewhere, and he's like, I'm going to chat her up. She looks nervous. Let me see if I can calm her down. And so they get to start talking, and they find themselves having a connection, but she never gets his name. And that is why it is called The Missed Connection. Now, the thing is, she decides, okay, I need to find him. So what I'm hearing is that she is going to set it out a buzz for the internet to find this man. But she also is going to get a private investigator to look for him. Now, this private investigator, she has a little bit of past with, and she's like, okay, help me find this man. And by them working together, they start to develop this little traction, but she's like, I don't know if I need to be with him or I need to be with my mystery man. All of this is new to me. I'm going to explore it, see what happens. So yes, this is me willingly reading a love triangle. Now, if anybody can do it and do it justice, I think it's Miss Tia Williams. Generally, I hate love triangles. Pick a man, stick with the man. But in this one, I think I'm down for the ride. I also need to be reading The Princess and the PI. I purchased this last year when it came out. I did get to see Nikki when she came to St. Louis, and I've been holding off on this one, and now I think it's the perfect time because I am in this private investigator feel. In this one, you have a Reformed church girl who is being accused of offing someone, and she's like, I need to clear my name. And so she hires this private investigator to figure out what really happened, and in them working with each other, she starts to really uncover more and more about herself while working with him, and he is bringing it out of her. Now, I don't know too much about him just yet, and I don't remember what Nikki said. However, one thing I do know is that this character is related to characters from her other series. I will have a video later on at the end of the month. If you all want to join me, it is to unstuff your TBR with books that are written in cursive. So if you have a book that is written in cursive, whether it's on the cover, it's on the spine, it's inside the chapter, go ahead and decide that you're going to read it this month and film the video and tag me in it, because we will be uploading our videos on July 25th. So if you have a book that you want to read, now is the time to do it if it has cursive somewhere in, on, or around it. That being said, I know I have 3 books in particular that I'm thinking about reading for that video. I have a ton more. This is my choice. I particularly chose books written in cursive because I have a ton, to be quite honest. And I'm like, this is easy. So I will be reading Robbie Renee's Somebody's Husband. This one sounds like it's going to be very thought-provoking. I read Somebody's Wife and Somebody's Forever. I loved it. And so I already have a high expectation that I'm going to enjoy this one as well. This is a gentleman that is a doctor and he is grieving. He is also a single father. I believe he has lost his wife and is now working on putting all his efforts into work. He is doing this trial study and she is deciding to be a participant. Now, she is a professor, and I think it's going to tie into Somebody's Wife because those individuals were professors at a university, and here they're going to get a chance to know each other as they're working through the trials. He's going to be working through his grief and she's going to be helping him through it. And she is going to be figuring out, can I love someone else's husband that has been unloved and has still loved his wife? Can I be the woman that he sees and decides that he will love next? So I will be reading Somebody's Husband by Robbie Renee, hopefully for my video at the end of the month. I also, because it is summertime, I do want to read The Summertime Girlfriend by Christina Forrest. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this. This, of course, is a fake dating romance with a gentleman who comes from money and a woman that is selling, a fantasy. She is selling the ability to date and be whoever she needs to be for her clientele, to earn money. So he has it, she wants it. Let's see what happens in this romance. Like I said, I've heard fantastic things. I also saw Christina come to my hometown to talk about this one. So again, I'm just knocking out all of the books that I picked up from author events, and I think July is the perfect time to do it. I will also be reading If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. This one is an Amnesia, It's Always Been You second chance romance where the FMC is renovating her home. She is now married, but the love of her life, the man she could never get over, but he could never remember her, walks back into her life and is helping her remodel. And the feelings may be there for her, but can she evoke the feelings back within him? And so this is what I will be reading for that video as well. Lastly, some things that I had, 2 remaining books that I think I want to get to. I want to get to Back in Blood by Natasha Rayner. I hope to be seeing her in September. I'm hoping that she is going to put her pre-orders out there, and I do need to read this one in order for me to know if I want to purchase her at Cubed. And then lastly, I was able to attend an event virtually with Miss L. Kaysen, and she talked about how she enjoys writing stories that have multiple couples within the story. So not a single couple in one story like we're used to seeing now. She remembers writing and remembers a time where urban romances had multiple couples and it was following multiple love stories. Very much similar to how she did Demon's Dream, where you had Demon and Dream and you had Diana and Smoke, and I liked that writing style. I liked being able to figure out which couple I liked the most, but blending their story and seeing how they intertwine. And so I want to read The Beauty of Street Love. This one is one of her more popular books, but not as popular as Demon's Dream. And so because I will also be seeing her at Cube, I want to read this one, and so I know if I want to purchase it or not. That being said, that is my reading plans as of today for the month of July. I want you to do me a favor. Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what books on this TBR you have interest in. If you don't want to do that, you can just leave me a summer emoji. We're going to leave it for the summer girlfriend. Leave me whatever you feel like evokes summer as an emoji, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.